While the world trembled in fear before infamous mafia syndicates, Japan's Yakuza, China's triads with their centuries-old legacy, or the rising street gangs like the Bloods and Crypt, you might be surprised to learn that there were entire mafia organizations composed solely of women. These gangs were just as dangerous and ruthless as their male counterparts. In this video, we will dive deep into the underworld and uncover some of the most notorious female-led criminal organizations in history, 40 Elephants. The name 40 Elephants originated from the labyrinthine streets of London, where this gang operated from the late 18th to the early 20th century. What made them truly unique was the fact that every single member was a woman. Their territory stretched across central London, where these female crime bosses ruled with calculated precision. At the helm of the gang was a woman known as Maggie Hill, also called Alice Diamond. She earned this nickname because she always wore a massive stolen diamond ring. But Alice was known for more than just her beauty. She was viciously ruthless. Anyone who dared to cross her or attract her ire would be punished with a brutal punch from her diamond-clad fist, leaving victims with excruciating wounds. Thanks to Alice's cunning and ruthless leadership, the 40 Elephants successfully carried out countless highly sophisticated thefts. Their most notorious tactic was organized group shoplifting. Members of the gang would dress in elegant, high-class attire, disguising themselves as wealthy socialites before striking at luxury jewelry stores in central London. These skilled thieves employed a variety of deception techniques to outsmart shop owners, one of which was a particularly clever trick known as the fake swap. A gang member would request to examine an expensive piece of jewelry, carefully memorizing every intricate detail before returning it and pretending to lose interest. Later, she would hire a craftsman to create an identical replica made from plastic and glass. Another member of the gang would then return to the same store, ask to see the exact same piece, and swiftly switch the real item with the fake right under the shopkeeper's nose. However, the boldest and most sophisticated trick used by the 40 Elephants was known as the chewing gum scheme. At that time in England, it was common for women to casually chew gum while strolling through shopping districts. Taking advantage of this habit, a gang member would stick a wad of chewing gum under the jewelry display counter before requesting to see a selection of rings. While trying on a ring, she would covertly press the real jewel into the gum beneath the counter, leaving it hidden in plain sight. Shortly after, an accomplice would casually linger around the store, waiting for the perfect moment to retrieve the ring stuck in the gum and walk away unnoticed. The gang's work schedule was surprisingly structured and professional. They stole for 5 days a week and took weekends off. On their days off, members would gather at luxury hotels in West End, indulging in lavish parties filled with alcohol, opium, and other stimulants. Pink Panther is the name given by Interpol, the International Criminal Police Organization, to a transnational organized crime group specializing in the theft of high-end jewelry. The female members of this gang have operated across numerous countries worldwide, frustrating law enforcement agencies in various nations for over 2 decades. According to Interpol, Pink Panther consists of approximately 300 to 500 members, most of whom originate from Serbia and several other nations of the former Yugoslavia. The group is believed to have its headquarters in Montenegro, a country in southeastern Europe. What makes this gang particularly unique is that many of its members are former soldiers, having fought in the brutal conflicts of the 1990s. Pink Panther boasts some of the most highly skilled female thieves, capable of bypassing the world's most advanced security systems. All members are fluent in multiple languages. Nearly every member possesses one or multiple passports from countries in the former Yugoslavia, making them extremely difficult to track and capture. Pink Panther operates with highly sophisticated techniques and masterful infiltration strategies, making them one of the most elusive and unpredictable criminal organizations in history. They continuously outsmart even the most advanced security systems, carrying out daring jewelry heists that have shocked the international community and left law enforcement agencies across multiple countries struggling to contain them. The most astonishing aspect of Pink Panther is their speed and precision. Every single heist they have executed over the past 20 years has been completed in under 3 minutes. Some experts even claim that Pink Panther's heists have reached the level of criminal artistry, and it may take years before anti-crime specialists develop an effective way to stop them. The Pink Panther network has expanded across multiple continents, but their strongest presence remains in Japan and Europe. Since 1999, the gang has carried out at least 341 high-end jewelry robberies, amassing stolen assets worth approximately $500 million across 35 different countries. In just the first 6 years of the 21st century, Pink Panther orchestrated 120 heists in luxury shopping centers across 20 nations, including Dubai, Geneva, Japan, London, and even the United States, all of which have fallen victim to this notorious crime syndicate at least once. Sukeban, the nightmare of Japanese men. By the late 1960s, the Sukeban culture, also known as girl boss in English, emerged in Japan and quickly gained popularity. The term was used to describe female-led street gangs that exclusively recruited women. These gangs were formed as a direct response to the Yakuza's exclusion of women, leading rebellious young girls to establish their own underground syndicates. At their peak, the Sukeban movement was estimated to have over 10,000 members. The most notorious of these gangs was the Kanto Women's Criminal Alliance, boasting a staggering 20,000 members. These girl bosses regularly engaged in territorial battles, theft, illegal racing, and brutal street fights. As a result, Japanese society at the time saw them as a serious security threat, no different from the Yakuza. Unlike ordinary schoolgirls who wore sailor-style uniforms, the Sukeban embraced a bold, rebellious fashion, extra-long skirts, paired with sneakers, knee-high socks, and scarves, completely discarding the innocent and demure image of traditional female students. Some even cut their uniforms short, deliberately exposing their midriffs as an act of defiance and rebellion against societal norms. When in action, Sukeban gang members would often equip themselves with razor blades, box cutters, and chains, hidden beneath their skirts. The Sukeban gangs operated under a strict hierarchical system, where loyalty was the core principle that maintained absolute fairness among members. Any violation of the group's rules would result in severe punishment from the gang. For minor offenses, such as stealing another member's boyfriend or showing disrespect, the female leader would press a burning cigarette onto the offender's skin as a form of discipline. However, for more serious transgressions, the gang was known to carry out brutal punishments, including execution in extreme cases. The rapid expansion of Sukeban gangs quickly caught the attention of Japanese society throughout the 1960s and 1970s. Their rise even inspired filmmakers, leading to the depiction of female street criminals in Japanese cinema. One of the most famous series to emerge from this trend was The Terror of High School Girls. Surprisingly, films portraying the lives of these female gang leaders were widely embraced by the public, as they were seen as a symbol of rebellion against gender inequality in Japanese society at the time. Over time, Sukeban gangs faded as new cultural trends emerged, replacing the image of long-skirted gang leaders with street girls wearing heavy makeup and short skirts. Las Flacas, Mexico's deadly female assassins. Las Flacas, the Skinny Girls, is a notorious female-led cartel in Mexico, known for brutal violence and high-profile assassinations. Recruited from prisons and rural areas, these women are trained as cold-blooded killers, lured by promises of wealth and power. With youthful and attractive appearances, they disguise themselves in luxurious jewelry while concealing guns and bulletproof vests. Using seduction and deception, they infiltrate high society, executing political figures and cartel rivals with precision. Beyond assassinations, Las Flacas engages in money laundering, arms trafficking, and drug smuggling. Their growing influence, especially in cartel-controlled territories, has made them one of Mexico's most elusive and dangerous criminal networks.